Ah, the Roman Empire. You gotta love it. Man, wouldn't it be great to be emperor? Yeah, it might have its perks, but it'd be dangerous. You'd need a group of loyal people around, like a bodyguard unit, to make sure you're safe. And the emperors had just that, because of course they had the Praetorian Guard. Known for their everlasting loyalty, the records say that they would fight to the last man to protect their emperor. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's wrong. Holy shit! Are you serious? 14.7%? These guys sucked! In all seriousness, though, we need to talk about the Praetorian Guard and why they sucked. Backstory. In the days of the Republic, the Praetorian Guard acted as bodyguards for high-ranking government officials. However, when Caesar crossed the Rubicon and kicked off that whole Rube Goldberg that led to the Senate relinquishing most of its real power, the Praetorian Guard became the sole bodyguard of the one dude in Rome that mattered, the Emperor. First, we need to talk about what makes a bodyguard unit effective. To that end, I've made something of a list. It reads as follows. Number 1, loyalty. The bodyguards must be loyal to the end towards the person they are tasked to protect. 2, integrity. The bodyguards must be immune to bribes and other forms of coercion. 3, common sense. The bodyguards must be able to go a very long time without brutally murdering the person they are tasked to protect from any form of brutal murder. Unfortunately for 14.7% of all Roman emperors, they tended to fall flat in regard to all of those requirements. In fact, they seem to have torn this list up and rearranged it into a 3-step guide to being the worst bodyguards in history. This guide reads as follows. Step 1. Disloyalty. Make sure to find a politician. Actual ability to be an emperor is not required when searching who you like. And then secretly tell them you might turn the other way should they make a bid for the laurel crown. Step 2. Be coerced/bribed. Make sure the person you are now pledging your loyalty to promises to pay you or otherwise compensate you in order to secure your support. Note that it is not important to verify whether or not they can pay you. A simple pinky promise will suffice. Step 3. Brutal murder. If you have successfully completed steps 1 and 2, you can now brutally murder the one and only man you have promised to protect, the Emperor. Then, sit back like the true catalyst of chaos that you are, as the empire you love and swore everlasting loyalty to crumbles into a state of civil unrest and upheaval. And smile, knowing that your work here is done, for now. For you know the next time the Roman Empire is experiencing a period of peace, you'll be there, waiting for them, with a sword in your hand, ready to set things right. To exemplify this, I'll tell you a story. You like stories, right? Fantastic, me too. This story is called The Year of the Four Emperors. Let's begin. The year is 69 BC. It's famous for a couple of reasons. First, it was the last year that Rome had to suffer under the crazed madman that was Emperor Nero. Second, it saw the beginning of the Year of the Four Emperors. Lastly, it's famous for its obvious comedic value. A little immature, but I know you were thinking it. The Year of the Four Emperors started with a surprise from the Praetorian Guard. They pledged their loyalty to Emperor Nero. Just kidding, they actually pledged their loyalty to someone else, a man named Galba, completing step 1. They did this after being coerced by a man named Nymphidius Sabinus, completing step 2. They then proceeded to brutally murder Emperor Nero. Step 3 completed. Sabinus had promised that he would pay each Praetorian Guard 7,500 denarius, one denarius being worth about $3.60. Numbers on the Praetorian Guard are hard to come by, but 46 years before this, it had been recorded that the Praetorian Guard numbered 9 cohorts, around 4,500 men. That meant that upon the death of Nero, Galba became emperor, and the Praetorian Guard were expecting a grand total of 33,750,000 denarius, or about $121,500,000. Next, Emperor Galba deployed a brave strategy known as not paying, where he gave some vague yet semi-noble quote about preferring to recruit, not buy, his soldiers, and then, like the name suggests, he did not pay his debt. Unfortunately for Galba, his bold strategy did not pay off, and his rival Otho managed to secure the loyalty of the Praetorian Guards. He got them to proclaim Otho as Emperor Otho. After an astounding 7 months on the throne, Galba was captured by Emperor Otho and beheaded. Technically not another kill for the Praetorian Guard, but I think it's close enough to count. After 4 long months on the throne, Emperor Otho was defeated by his rival Vitellius. Otho committed suicide, and his Praetorians, who somehow stayed loyal, were all executed. You might be thinking, this is where it ends. The Praetorian Guards were all killed by Vitellius. However, the more mathematically inclined among you will note that this was only Emperor number 3 of the year of the 4 emperors. Because for some stupid-ass reason, Vitellius decided to not learn from the mistakes of the previous emperors, and he reformed the Praetorian Guard, and also decided to
double their number to 18 cohorts.
Unsurprisingly, the newly reformed and newly enlarged Praetorian Guard was not happy with Vitellius for wiping them out in the first place. So they backed Emperor Vitellius' rival, Vespasian. Emperor Vespasian eventually won out, ending the year of the 4 emperors and decreasing the number of Praetorian Guards back down to 9 cohorts. In conclusion, the Praetorians sucked. That's about it. In case you were wondering, though, here's the whole list of emperors killed by their loyal bodyguards. Emperor Aurelian, Emperor Balbinus, Emperor Caligula, Emperor Caracalla, Emperor Commodus, Emperor Elagabalus, Emperor Galba, Emperor Gordian III, Emperor Numerian, Emperor Pertinax, Emperor Probus, and Emperor Pupienus. And yes, I like his name too. Before we go, let's do some math. I already told you that 14.7% of Roman emperors were killed by the Praetorian Guard, but we can go deeper. Let's start with the number of Roman emperors, 77. Then let's eliminate all those that died of natural causes and disease. This leaves us with 52 emperors that died violently. Let's take off those who died in battle, imprisoned, or drowned. Now we have 45. Though, if we take off those killed after a coup, we get 42 emperors who died to assassination. That means 54% of all emperors were assassinated. 12 of these died to the Praetorian Guard. This leaves us with a staggering 28.6% of Roman emperors whose assassins were their own sworn protectors. To put that into non-math terms, if you were a Roman emperor, the odds of you dying to an assassin was a little worse than a coin flip. And if you got the ugly side of that coin, well, get out your d4 and choose an unlucky number. And if you land on your unlucky number, that means the man now holding the assassin's blade, ready to plunge it into your heart, was your own bodyguard. That's why the Praetorian Guard sucked. Hi, this is Michael from the Forum Historia. I hope you like this video I made. I had this idea floating around in my mind for a while, starting up a channel like this, doing content like this. If you liked what you saw here, you can like and subscribe and do all that if you want, or don't. I mean, if you don't like me, whatever, I don't care. But yeah, if you do like this kind of thing, you can probably expect some more in the future. I don't know what else to say here. I love you. Bye-bye. Give your grandma a kiss for me.